77% of first-time restaurant guests never come back. Not because the food was bad, not because they didn't like the vibe. 7 out of every 10 first-time restaurant diners don't return because nobody gave them a reason to return. That one number is behind most of your slow Tuesdays, your half-empty lunch shifts, and the feeling that you're always chasing new customers instead of building a real base. By the end of this video, you'll have a 90-day playbook to close that gap. The only loyalty program types worth running in 2026, and the single metric that tells you if it's actually working, the Trojan Horse. So let's talk about what Starbucks actually built, because it's not what most people think. Starbucks Rewards isn't a punch card on a keychain. It's a customer ownership system. When someone joins, they hand over their phone number, their email, their payment method, and their buying habits all in one move. Starbucks now owns that relationship. They don't rent it from Instagram. They don't split it with a delivery app. They own it. And that ownership is the Trojan horse. The rewards are the horse. The data, the direct line, the habitual behavior. That's what's inside. Now, here's what most owners miss. You don't need their app. You don't need their budget. What you need is the structure. And for a restaurant, the structure comes down to one number, your 90-day repeat rate. Because if a first-time guest walks out and doesn't come back within 90 days, the data says they're probably gone for good. 5 to 7 times. That's how much more it costs to replace that guest than to get them back through your own door. Every dollar you spend on ads to replace them is a tax you pay to strangers. Loyalty is the investment you make in the people who already chose you. The 90-day cliff. So let me put this in concrete terms. Picture a rainy Tuesday night in your restaurant. Full kitchen staff clocked in, but 3 tables sat. You're paying 100% of your labor cost for 20% of your capacity, and the real punch to the gut, most of the people who walk through your door on that busy Friday are not coming back. Bloom Intelligence tracked millions of guest profiles across over 1,000 restaurant locations, and what they found is brutal. Over 77% of first-time guests visited exactly once and never returned. But the guests who did come back for a second visit averaged almost 7 total visits and were worth 26 times more. A one-time visitor walks out with about $26 in lifetime value. A regular, almost $700. Same guest, same menu. The only difference is whether they came back. And here's the window that matters. If someone doesn't return within 90 days, the probability of them ever becoming a regular drops off a cliff. This is the golden window. It's like a first date. If you don't call back within a couple of weeks, they've already moved on. They're not thinking about your restaurant anymore. They're thinking about some new place that opened down the block. So how do you get the ones who already found you to come back within 90 days? Because that's where the right loyalty program changes the math. But before I show you the 3 types worth running, you need to understand why the one you probably have right now is part of the problem. The only programs worth running. Most loyalty programs are designed backwards. They reward spending, not returning. They hand out discounts to people who are gonna buy anyway. And that's not a loyalty program. That's a margin eraser. The programs that actually move the 90-day needle fall into 3 types. First is the bounceback offer. This is the simplest and most effective starting point for a full service restaurant. When a guest finishes their meal, they get a time-bound reward, free dessert or a complimentary appetizer, good for 2 or 3 weeks. It targets the exact moment that matters, the gap between visit 1 and visit 2. Think of it like a first date callback. You don't wait 3 months to reach out. You reach out while the experience is still warm. Setting up a bounceback trigger like this is dead simple with a digital rewards platform. Something like the Lil Tot app handles it automatically. You set the rule once and it fires every time a new guest walks in. No spreadsheets, no staff remembering to follow up. So that's the move that gets them back once. But what keeps them coming back month after month? That's where points come in. Points work, but only if the first reward is achievable within 2 to 4 weeks of normal visit behavior. The fatal mistake is a program where $1 earns 1 point and a free entree costs 500 points. That reward is $500 away. Nobody stays engaged for that. The fix is giving new members starter points the moment they join. Psychologists call it the endowed progress effect. Sweetgreen proved this at scale. They abandoned a complex tiered system for simple points. 10 points per dollar, redeemable on anything. Within weeks, 20,000 new digital customers were enrolling every single week. And once they're coming back regularly, there's a third lever, soft VIP tiers. For a neighborhood spot with a $40 ticket average, status beats discounts every time. Instead of gold members get 10% off, try VIPs get first access to seasonal menus, priority Saturday night reservations, and a birthday round of drinks on the house. These perks cost almost nothing when compared to the goodwill you're building, and they feel exclusive. Patronics data shows tiered programs drive 13% higher engagement than flat programs. The catch is that you should only add tiers if your staff can actually deliver the perks. Promise preferred seating on a Saturday night when you're already running a 90-minute wait and you've created a problem, not a perk. The friction trap. You've got the right structure. Now let me show you the thing that kills it before it starts. 72% of restaurant loyalty programs fail, and the reason is almost always the sign up. You've seen this happen. A guest just finished a great meal. Your server says, "Would you like to join our rewards program?" The guest says, "Sure." Then comes the interrogation. Verify your email. Choose a 12-character password that contains these special characters but not these special characters. Confirm you're not a robot. Agree to terms and conditions. All of this to save $5 on a pasta dish the next time? Every extra second of friction kills your enrollment. The research on wallet pass programs tell the story. Wallet passes, the ones that live in Apple Wallet or Google Wallet like you do with Lil Todd app, hit 65 to 75% adoption. Proprietary apps hit 10 to 20%, and 83% of loyalty apps are opened fewer than 3 times and deleted within a month. Portillo's proved what happens when you remove the download barrier. They launched a wallet native loyalty program in March 2025. No app required. 2 million customers enrolled in 10 months. If joining your program takes more than 10 seconds and a phone number, you've already lost. Your 90-day playbook. So here's your 90-day action plan. Weeks 1 and 2, pick one program type. For most full-service casual restaurants, that's the bounceback offer. It hits the single most expensive gap in your business. Weeks 3 and 4, set it up digitally, wallet pass, QR code, not some proprietary app. Train your staff to say one sentence at checkout. Scan this, tonight counts toward your next visit. That's it. Month 2 to 3, track your 90-day repeat rate. That's your North Star. If it's moving from the industry average of 25% towards 35% or more, your program's working. Month 3 and beyond, add a points layer or soft VIP tier once you hit 200 active members. The 77% cliff isn't a market condition, it's a decision, and you just got the playbook to change it. Before you go build this, don't forget your complimentary guide. It's called 5 Loyalty Strategies to Generate Cash Flow Fast. No fluff, no 50-page download. 5 strategies you can have up and running this week. The link's in the description. Grab it, and you've got the playbook in your hands instead of in your head. But even with all of this in place, you're still gonna face those rainy Tuesday nights. Staff clocked in, kitchen ready, and the dining room half empty. Your repeat rate is the long game. The slow Tuesday is right now, and there's a specific loyalty move top operators use to fill those dead shifts without touching their margins. Without a coupon, without Yelp, without a delivery app taking 30% off the top. I break down exactly how to run it in this video right over here.